Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Very much most welcome. Please kindly subscribe to your sister's channel, like the video, always share the videos, you guys, and remember to always ring the bell. It does help a lot when you ring the bell, okay, so that you can be notified when we upload new videos. Now you guys, we're going to continue talking about Vusumuzi Cat Matlala as he appeared in the Alexandra Magistrate Court. So there was a story of Vusi going in and out of South Africa and ESwatini, with a passport, without a passport. I mean, they once said maybe he's from ESwatini because he came here with I do not know, some ID that says he is Vusumuzi Dlamini, something along the lines, you know what I mean? So people were like, this guy is from Eswatini, or he's a South African. Like, where is he from? So maybe he's South African, he just goes in and out of Eswatini, or maybe there's a relative, or maybe it's just business. There was just a whole lot about this Vusumuzi Dlamini. So it was said that he holds two identities, which is a South African one and a Swatini one. So people were confused. He's from Eswatini, living here in South Africa. It was the story of him going into Swaziland, but there was no record of him coming back to South Africa, something like along the lines, okay? So now there is a particular story on Sunday World. Since today he appeared in court, they were talking about how Vusumuzi, okay, is in South Africa, but the record still says he is in Eswatini, so which means he came in just like Thabo Bester. You know, Thabo Bester was caught in Tanzania with lots of passports that they did not even use. Obviously, just go into this country, go into that country, you know what I mean? So I think this is the same story, especially when these guys, you know, they don't want to always like, they are going in and out, they just jump the borders. I think, I do not know. I mean, if there are no records of him coming back to South Africa, but he is here, living here, doing everything, but the records are saying he went to South Africa. So he went as who? As Vusumuzi Dlamini, or Mhlambe as the one of the Vusumuzi Cat Matlala. You know what I mean? So Vusumuzi Cat Matlala slipped back into South Africa from Swaziland illegally. This is the story on Sunday World. But the South African Police Service has confirmed that controversial businessman Vusumuzi Cat Matlala re-entered South Africa from his trip to Swaziland without using legal ports of entry. Now this means that movement control officials still classify Matlala as being in Swaziland, though he is in South Africa. The revelation came during Matlala's bail hearing at the Alexandra Magistrate Court on Wednesday. The state denied his bail, citing he is a flight risk. So the national spokesperson, the police spokesperson, Brigadier Athelenda Mate, disclosed that Matlala, who possesses South African and Swaziland identity documents, crossed the border into Swaziland in April 2024 and was not detected by Home Affairs immigration officials upon his return to the country. Now, in terms of movement control, it shows that Cat Matlala is in Swaziland because in April 2024 he crossed the border, and we have proof that his passport was stamped according to Umat. Okay, his passport was stamped, he went to Swaziland, but no records of him coming back. He is currently in Swaziland according to the records. So that makes him a flight risk because according to movement control, he is not in South Africa but in Swaziland. The 48-year-old businessman was brought to court in a police nyala and was escorted inside the court building by heavily armed cops. They have to be heavily armed because what do you mean? Have you heard of these policemen unalived after the Pumema Court and all? Make sure you guys, make sure you're careful because they always have a way of getting out and running away that day of the court. They make sure I'm gonna be out in this way and this way. Through Ama connections, because what do you mean? The police were shot by a guy, a court escorting him to the prison, and then they were shot on the way. There's always someone who's outside working with the guy. Okay, we are going to keep at the day of the court. So rather, you know what I mean? So, but he was escorted, he was brought to court in a police nyala and was escorted inside the court building by heavily. They just had to do it inside the court because he was dressed in a black suit with silver clippings and dolls and cabana pointy black shoes while his ankles were tied. Always tie those guys. Kunini people who die ekumakhoti or die endleleni sokubuyelwa back ejele. You know, they just have to be careful, to be extra careful. You know what I mean? Because those people escorting these guys are in danger. Now, he was dressed in those black suits, and like I was saying in my previous video, where does he keep his suits? I've heard one of my colleagues asking, where does he keep his suits actually? Because guys, he changes suits each and every court appearance. He's got a very nice, expensive suit on. So after court, it's his. He just keeps them there selling. You know what I mean? The guy is always smart. He goes all out for his court date because, wow. So the SAPS welcomed the court's decision to deny Matlala a bail. Umate stated that granting a bail would significantly jeopardize the safety of both investigators and witnesses. Like I was saying, if they give him a bail, people are in trouble. People are in trouble. The investigators' lives are at risk, and we have to beef up security for them. This is why we support denying him bail. He is a dangerous man. They wrote here. Matlala's legal troubles deepens as Magistrate Sister Prinsloo highlighted his possession of a cell phone while in custody, suggesting his ability to intimidate witnesses. Despite Matlala's claims in his bail application that he is a father of 9 and a husband of an employer, and an employer responsible for salaries totaling nearly 2 million, the court remained unconvinced of his commitment not to evade trial. Umate also revealed that the SAPS is continuing its investigation with the possibility of additional charges against Matlala. There are 10 attempted murder charges against him, and we are confident of those cases. We have 3 firearms that we have seized, and we have linked 18 cases. Ooh, hey. You guys. So the case has been postponed to the 7th of October at the Alexandra Magistrate Court, where further developments are expected as investigators continue to build their case against the embezzled businessman. So the records are still saying Matlala is in Swaziland, but he's here obviously to have a best friend. They always go in and out. These guys, they are clever. So those dealing with them, they have to be extra clever and extra careful. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was denied bail, but they are talking about he's got 2 identity documents, ESwatini and the one of South Africa. So if he wants, he can just go without, so that maybe they are not able to trace him, whatever the reason is. So around Vusi Matlala. You guys, thank you so much for watching this particular video. Like it, subscribe, share, do all the right things. Thank you so much. We meet again on my next one. Bye.